What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a good day. I wanted to give a quick context in this video to explain some stuff before it starts. In 2021, I had a great deer season. I shot my biggest public land buck ever. It's on my channel. It's a great buck, like a big 9-point. I shot like a 7.5-year-old buck on private land, a bunch of mass. I just had a really good season. I saw 2 other shooter bucks on public. I passed 7 small bucks on public. Saw does, everything. Had a really good year. 2022 was not like that. I hunted hard. I began hunting August 15th. I saw a couple does and 2 bucks that night, I think, hunting with my buddy over at his property. They were small bucks, like a spike and a 4-point or something like that. I saw deer 1 or 2 other times, a couple of does, until late November. Like, I saw almost no deer. I don't know why. I don't know. And it was really frustrating. So I had one good sit. I had a couple good sits. One on public land on a piece of public that I was hunting that's close to my house. I saw a 4-point. I had another buck rub a tree. Couldn't see him. It was right at dark. And then that public land became private land. If you didn't know that can happen, that can happen. Then I hunted another piece of property where I saw 16 deer. And I'll probably make a video. I shot a doe that night and might have seen 1 buck at first light, like early. But just a pile of does. And so I really only had 3 sits from August 15th until mid-November where I saw a deer. Now, I did hunt out of state some, but that is so frustrating because I hunt hard. And I just decided by the 3rd week of November that that was not how my season was going to go. I was going to, if I failed, I didn't take a decent buck on public land, it was going to be it wasn't going to be because I didn't give it my all. So I looked on X. I found the closest public property to where I work, and I could get there in 40 to 50 minutes. And I get off work at 3:30 every day. So every day I would just get there as quick as I could. And I'd never been on this property, and I would hunt a ridge. And right at dark, I might sit somewhere, and I would hunt a ridge, and I would hunt a ridge, and I would hunt a ridge. Finally, the 2nd week of doing this hunt happened. And it happened because I didn't quit, but he's not a giant buck. I know that, but I was so happy with him. That's the hardest I've worked for a public land buck since probably like my first public land deer. I mean, it was just a tough season, and I was so happy to get this deer. It was just a story on perseverance. Like, don't quit, even when you're not seeing anything, keep hunting. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and here it is. What's going on, everybody? Today is the last day of November. It is 4:20, a little after 4:20 p.m. I am here on a piece of public. I've been getting my butt absolutely kicked this year on public and private, honestly, but the last 3 years I've killed at least 1 good buck on public land. Not like little dinker bucks, like 1 good buck, 1 or 2 good bucks every year. This year I've been getting torched, and so I decided I was going to switch it up. I have been hunting about every afternoon after work. I get off of work at 3:30, so there's some public land within a few different pieces within an hour of work. So I could jump in the truck and get somewhere at 4:20 or 4:30 and then have an hour and a half or so to hunt now that the time has changed. So this is a newer piece of public that I came to yesterday. I found, it was actually an area I found some more sign. There were some rubs in here. I found some beds, some bunch of trails and stuff. So it rained a whole bunch this morning and last night until about 11 a.m. So ground should be pretty quiet. It's fairly quiet in here anyway. You can see there's like big pines and stuff, and then there's these finger creeks of hardwoods that go down between different areas of these trees, and then there's some areas that are thick planted pines. So I'm going to take this road here and I'm going to walk it about 3/4 of a mile down to some thick planted pines, follow them down to the creek, into the hardwoods, follow the hardwoods up, sneaking. Hopefully that'll be good. There was a bunch of sign on this side of the hardwoods. The wind tonight should be coming this way, so it'll be kind of it'll be the way it's supposed to be for me to hike through there. So that's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully eventually, if I hunt enough, I'll find a good buck. But man, it's been tough this year, so we'll see what happens, and maybe we'll get on something. Well, that's the second rub I've seen. That's a good sign, even though it's a little rub. So I'm just following this little finger down, trying to glass everything. I did see one little rub back behind me in an area that had a few small oaks scattered in, but just trying to move slow, look at everything with my binoculars. Maybe something will stand up or just be moving through. I can move pretty darn quiet in here because it's all pine needles. On this side down in there is the oaks. I just shot at a buck. I filmed that armadillo. As I was filming it, I might have got it on camera. I saw a deer walk across this road I'm walking up. It's actually an old fire lane. And it was a buck. He was sneaking down that creek bottom. And I sat down and I found a hole right there. And I shot. I don't know if I got him. I'm about to sneak down there and look. No time for cameras. That buck was right there, somewhere past the armadillo and the thick stuff. I don't know what that patch is on the back of that thing. Guys, I've never worked so hard for a public land buck in the last 4 or 5 years. I did for this dang 7-point or 6-point. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get him set up somewhere where I can get some good video and take some pictures, but there he is. Well guys, here he is. Definitely not a giant, but finally got a buck on public. So there's something else crazy. I don't know if you guys want to see this. There's a hole right behind this deer's shoulder, high. Somebody either, I'm guessing that's a bow, somebody shot this thing. Didn't kill him. It's like pussy and stuff. Kind of gross, but definitely not a giant. Probably either a 2.5 or a 3.5-year-old. But finally got a buck. Pretty cool. Pretty happy about it. Awesome. Don't give up. Even when it's tough. Just keep on hunting. Worked hard. Well guys, finally back to the truck. It didn't really take that long, probably 25, 30 minutes, something like that. I've hunted so hard for that buck. I know that's not a giant by any means, believe me, I know. It's a good buck though, and I'm pretty happy to have him, especially as hard as I've hunted. The deer this year have been kicking my butt, and man, to get it done on public is finally pretty good. And I have shot a couple of deer here and there. I've shot 2 deer this year, one on public, one on private does, but every year for the last 4 years, 3 or 4 years, 4 now, I think, I've killed at least one good buck on public. So I got one more public land tag, and hopefully I can use it. If I don't, that's fine though, but if I do, that's great also. But it's really awesome to get it done on public. Hunting here is hard. It's really tough. If I could give you guys one pointer, please listen to what I'm about to tell you. If it rains, go hunting. You know, Luke Bryan says rain is a good thing. Rain is a good thing. If you've watched my videos, last year I killed 2 big bucks within 30 minutes of it stopping raining in the afternoon, evening. It rained all last night. It rained all last night up to about 11 a.m. this morning. When it rains hard, like a soaking rain, or it just rains hard, deer lay down. If it rains for 12 hours, they're probably going to lay down for like 12 hours. When it stops raining, they get up and move, okay? They're going to move, they're going to feed, they're going to do whatever, stretch their legs, they're going to move. Then they're going to bed again. Then, after they bed for like 4 or 6 hours, something like that, they're going to get up and move again. So while today I did not hunt right after it stopped raining, it rained a lot today and it just screwed them up. So they probably moved a lot midday, like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Then they bedded. Then they moved again this evening. I heard a couple other shots too. So if it rains, get in the woods. Even if it's just for a little while, get out there. And if you're struggling this season or other seasons or whatever, and you haven't been able to get it done, just keep going, because it could change like that, because that's what it did for me tonight. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe I can get another one this year and make another video, but really appreciate you guys watching. If you're new to my channel, you're not already subscribed and you like the videos, hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.